Another one. That's it. Two, three, get over. Got it. That's it. Walk in, don't matter. That's it. You bet that's it. Here. 1, 2. Got it. One here. Good. That's good. Do it again. One here. There you go. That's it. 2. That's it. 1, 2. That's it. I got it. 1, 2. That's right. Double check. Wide hook, get on. Yes, sir. Do it again. Yes, sir. Hey. Step 2. Step 3. That's it. Again. That's the bottom. That's it. Hold that again. That's it. That's it. That's it. Lean on that side of the chair. Other side. Other side. That's it. Lean on that side. Other side. Other side. That's it. Now lean on that side. 1. Put that. Got it. Fine. There you go. Put it. There you go. Carry the jab. Carry it. There you go. Go. That's it. Try again. Carry the first one. That's it.
Oh my God. Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, ex-WBC champion of the world. He's training with Malik Scott. The rebirth continues. And a man looking serious. That right hand is coming. Stay tuned to this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest. Before I get started, make sure you guys click the link in the description to set up TUBEBUDDY. I've been using TUBEBUDDY for years. I started off with 0 subscribers. Now we're over 200,000 subscribers and continue to grow. And I've used TUBEBUDDY. It's a browser extension to help you with discoverability on this platform. Why do you want to be on YouTube if your goal is not to make some money? It takes money to make money. Invest in yourself. Consider TUBEBUDDY to optimize your content, get it ready for viewing, and to ease and aid the uploading process. There's already so much to worry about. As a content creator, make your job easier with TUBEBUDDY. Click the link in the description. Now, Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Oh my God. You see him training. Reports came out that he could be working with Malik Scott as one of his trainers and presumably JD's. Reports came out that he was no longer working with co-trainer Mark Breland for obvious reasons. His last fight was a loss to Tyson Fury, and there's been little subtle hints that Wilder should be coming back, and he got revenge on the brain, and he wants to prove a lot of the doubters wrong. Now, I put the most recent clips of Deontay Wilder that have surfaced on the internet, leaked tapes of him training with Malik Scott. And I gotta say, Wilder is looking good. He is looking sharp. Quiet is kept. After looking like, I cover boxing. I've been doing this for years, making full-time income off of boxing, right? And I could definitely say, just from looking at the brief clips that have been released, that Wilder, either he's an extremely fast learner, which could be part of it, or he's been working quiet as kept behind the scenes, because he's doing this work with Malik Scott, and he almost looks like everybody watching is in awe, and he almost looks like a different fighter, And these could be things that Deontay Wilder always had, but he's sharpening up. Listen, when you're a knockout artist such as Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder with crazy heart, you're already hard to beat just off of those 2 attributes. You're athletic, you're tall, you have agility, you have heart, and you have destructive, game-changing power. So just off of the strength of that, you can beat anyone in the heavyweight division. The human brain is not meant to, the cranium is not meant to accept blunt force trauma. That's why you see people get concussions. You see people get hit with blunt instruments like a lamp, a baseball bat, a pipe, crowbar, whatever. Then, you know what comes next. You're definitely going to be in a hospital. Same thing with somebody punching, bone on bone contact. It's just not good. It's not what is meant for your cranium. So we know boxing is a brutal sport. Ryan Garcia recently had to take some time away from the sport to recalibrate or whatever he's going on. We seen Billy Joe Saunders over the weekend fight Canelo Alvarez. I was born ready. And he had to retire on his stool. He had all he could handle, no mas, despite all the trash talk. So boxing is the ultimate polygraph, the ultimate lie detector test. Is the ultimate truth serum. You got to be real here. So as far as Deontay Wilder, it's going to be a testament to his first fight back, coming off of a loss to Tyson Fury. I do personally believe that Tyson Fury manipulated his gloves, henceforth Glovegate 1 and 2. Tyson Fury, just look through the documents, look through the information that's available as that. But I think Wilder is really Denzel Washington, man on fire. If this was a movie, he's man on fire. He looks like whoever's in the ring with him better come prepared, because he has a bazooka for a right hand and he's sharpening the tool set. So maybe he had some of these tools, and based on his long knockout streak, maybe that made him complacent in some departments where he didn't have to pull from those pallets. Listen, when you up your competition, that's when you have to go to the tool shed and maybe use this particular tool that you bought, that you have, that's in your toolbox. You got a ball bearing toolbox that's in there. You just haven't had to use it for a year because it's like, let's say you have a caliper or something, you haven't had to use that because nothing, the day-to-day maintenance and routine things that you've been doing haven't required you to dig in the toolbox to get that particular tool. You know what I mean? There's everyday tools that people have, and then there's also tools that are more specialty tools. And whatever, either Wilder's learning new things, or he's a fast learner, or maybe he had some of these basics and fundamentals and he kind of got away from him with his knockout streak. But I'm loving what I'm seeing. McDonald's, I'm loving it. I'm loving what I'm seeing with him and Malik Scott. Now, I got to add this point as well, because Malik Scott, obviously he's a fighter. So just because you're a good fighter don't mean you're a good trainer. However, just judging off the brief clips that I've seen, Malik Scott looks like he has a whole lane that he could pursue as a trainer. Like, you hear him giving instructions and rallying his troops, his soldier, and saying, wow, yeah, that's it. Like when he does good and stuff like that. And the movement. And Malik Scott, if you follow him, he was watching Wilder Fury. It looks like he's studying tape and just different stuff like that. So, respect to Malik Scott. I think he's owed a lot of credit here as well. Wilder looks sharp, yes, but shout out to Malik Scott. It looks like the two have a synergy. And I've been next to Malik Scott and stuff like that. He's a big dude. Wilder's a big dude. And maybe that's what was needed. And it's just funny. I got to notate this particular point. When Wilder got rid of Mark Breland, cut him from the team, and the reports came out, you seen old media say, oh, Wilder is over. He made the worst decision of his life. And, all of a sudden these Mark Breland apologists came out the woodwork. So the whole time Wilder had Mark Breland as a part of his permanent fixture and a part of his permanent camp, you never seen Wilder praised by so many people. You never seen Mark Breland get the praise for being this awesome trainer. As soon as Mark Breland and Wilder have a riff and, they're at odds or whatever the case is, all of a sudden, old media, old trick that happens frequently against black people, right? It's called divide and conquer. Now that there's drama or a disagreement or a separation, whatever Wilder's arrangement is with Mark Breland, you see these newfound Mark Breland fans and these divide and conquer strategists who all of a sudden they want to interview Mark Breland. You see all of a sudden they love Mark Breland's work, but the whole time Mark Breland had continued service with Wilder, they were saying, Wilder, look at his legs. Wilder needs to learn this. Wilder don't have this. Wilder bum squad. You know, it was negative things until he left, until he's been accused of, you know, some heinous things in boxing and potentially spiking the water and this and that. You guys have to stay tuned with the video if you don't know what I'm talking about. So I suggest you guys subscribe to the channel if you want to be tapped in with me. I cover the sport of boxing, the sweet science in its entirety. I drop daily content, live streams, and we go over the basics. And, you know, I give my opinions, predictions, post-fight reviews, live streams. We have a great time here. So consider subscribing. Also hit the bell notification for post notifications when I go live, when I drop some new heat, so you don't miss a thing. Now back to it. All of a sudden, Mark Breland becomes, you know, the savior for old media, and they love him so much as soon as there's a separation. And I distinctly remember through having a channel and getting thousands of comments per hour that people were saying Wilder made the biggest mistake and Mark Breland was the only person on his team that cared about him. How could he? Why would he fire him? Why would he remove him from the team? This is the only respectable person on Wilder's team, supposedly, that cared about Wilder in the Tyson Fury fight. And, you know, Wilder could have died if it weren't for Mark Breland. These are the things. But I will say, judging by these quick snippet videos that have been released, it looks like the energy and synergy is there between Wilder and Malik Scott. You know, I don't know if it's because they're both former fighters, Mark Breland and Malik Scott. Maybe it's because it's a heavyweight. Maybe he has a different trust level. I don't know. Whatever it is, I like it. I like the duo between Malik Scott and Deontay Wilder. So I think they're creating a lethal weapon. Mel Gibson, Danny Glover. Wilder's looking sharp. He looks like he has the hand speed. He looks fast. He looks quick. He looks agile. He's doing vicious 1-2s. I like the body work. If you look at it, he's going back to the body work. And I told you guys, Deontay Wilder has some good body shots. If you look at the first Tyson Fury fight, early, he landed some body shots, some authoritative, strong body shots. And it looks like he's putting it together. So I would hate to be Wilder's next opponent. Hopefully it's Tyson Fury. You know, they're clout chasing Joshua Fury, but Eddie Hearn keeps pushing it out, saying, oh, one more week, mate. And it never happens. It just keeps pushing it out. And they've been saying this for a year plus, probably at this point. Wilder's looking sharp. Wilder's coming back. That's just going to be huge for the game because there's a lot of people that spoke ill and, you know, came out of character during this pandemic, especially in regards to Deontay Wilder. Wilder, I told you, if you ever hear anyone say this, know where it comes from. Wilder is the John Wick of boxing. It's like boxing killed his dog, left him for dead, thought they killed him, and tried to move on with their life. And now John Wick is coming back to rain terror on all the people who killed his dog and left him for dead. I feel like that's how it is. You look at boxing media, a lot of boxing media, they treated Wilder cold, so cold. Soon as he lost, you know, when he was on top, they didn't put him on the pound for pound list. But then as soon as Fury won and got the WBC belt, you see Mauricio Suleiman, you see people putting Fury on the top 10 pound for pound list. You see everybody acting like they love Fury and like he's lit because he's out of shape looking with Versace shirts, and people left Wilder for dead. So it's going to be an interesting time. 2021, I can't wait. It's lit. Wilder's looking good. He's looking sharp. He's looking focused. And meanwhile, Tyson Fury's in sparring or doing some kind of training camp from what it looks like, and he has a black eye already. So we'll see how it plays out. And he's with Adrian Broner, and he has pictures of alcohol and stuff like that. So this could be a massacre. This could be one of boxing's greatest comebacks with Deontay Wilder, because while Tyson Fury's out here drinking with Adrian Broner and having a black eye and watching his mate Billy Joe Saunders get massacred by Canelo, while all this is happening, it looks like quiet as kept. Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, looks like he's working. It's gonna be a good time. Can't wait to see what's next and, you know, hear some announcements. Let me know. Let's go. Bronze Bomber looks like he's all business right now, and we'll see. Retaliation is a must. Use my link in the description to get TUBEBUDDY. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TUBEBUDDY. I've used TUBEBUDDY for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TUBEBUDDY is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TUBEBUDDY and level up your channel faster. We working.